What's up, guys? So today we're going over all the vitamins and some of the foods that I eat every single day, and just some of the supplements in general. I went over and did this video, I think about a year or two ago, and I thought I might as well go ahead and update it because it has changed dramatically with more research that I've done, finding out, certain things I need more than others. But let's go ahead and get started. So first off, we're going to be going over the core vitamins that I take it almost every single day. So men's multivitamin, that just it covers the basic vitamin and mineral needs. Covers every single vitamin almost that you need. But you need to keep in mind some of those vitamins that are listed in the multivitamin are still not going to be enough, whether it's 10 or 50% of what you actually need every single day or every other day. And then there's vitamin C, obviously good for your immune health and recovery. If you don't have a good immune system, your hormones are going to be off balance. You're not going to recover as fast. It's really bad. You can get sick. You can get injured. Vitamin D supports testosterone, bone strength, and immunity. Very similar to vitamin C, but different. It's a little bit more specific on testosterone, I've found, and bone strength, mainly testosterone. You get vitamin D mainly from the sun, but there's certain vitamins and other, I believe, fruits that have vitamin D. So then we go into vitamin E, antioxidant that helps protect cells. Cells are the building blocks of your entire body. It's very, very important to take that vitamin. I'd say it's just as important as C, D, and E. They're all very important. Just look at your men's multivitamin, see how much is in each, and please keep in mind, it's recommended to take these, every day. I don't think you need to. I think maybe every other day or 4 or 5 days a week should be fine. But whenever you take these that we just went over, make sure you take them with a meal so it digests well. Like also the fish oil and CoQ10, those are good, and the glucosamine. Those are all good to take with a meal as well. So like the joint supplements would be glucosamine and fish oil, and technically some of these help with your joints as well, but mainly the fish oil and the glucosamine are going to be good for your joints and your heart as well. So mainly the fish oil. But I know it's not, in specific order, but the B complex and the niacin are really good to take with a pre-workout or during a workout because B complex supports energy production and the nervous system health. It increases blood flow throughout the whole body, gives you better pump, gives you more energy. It makes you have a much better workout. And to be honest, it's safer whenever you take it because your joints are more warmed up. Normally, when you take this, very similar to niacin, but I find that niacin is um, a bit more um, a bit more different. I don't take niacin every single workout that I have. It's maybe once or twice a week I'll take niacin, and that's because you can build up a tolerance to it very quick. So I've taken niacin quite a few times. Be very careful when you take niacin. It's B3 is what it is. But it's very important to, if you're not going to, if it's your first time trying niacin, you need to take a small dose. So probably, I would say 50 milligrams would probably be a good dose to start with. Um, it works way better when you don't eat a bunch of food before, if you're an empty stomach. It just works a lot better. Also, if you don't drink as much water, and then you drink water with it, it seems like that water wants to help it digest faster, if that makes sense, because your body's dehydrated and just wanting to eat it up. Um, but be very careful because it increases blood flow dramatically it seems like more close to the skin, your like outer layer of blood, because you'll get very red and whenever you're doing like a certain body part, whether it's chest, say it's chest, and you're doing chest over and over, your chest will get very red. Also, your joints, whichever joints you're using, will get very red because it's a dramatic increase in blood flow. And I believe it increases testosterone dramatically as well. I haven't been taking it recently. Definitely need to get some. It's an easy vitamin to forget from the store. So I'm definitely taking some. Another thing that's very important with niacin, I've been taking it for several years. Do not take it as a flush free. There's going to be a flush free option for niacin. If you take it with a flush free ingredient that makes it flush free, it will not work. It will actually, in my experience, it just makes me tired. Now, part of the reason it's going to make you tired is because it's making your body produce energy because it's increasing blood flow and circulation. And if your body doesn't have a lot of fuel, it can make it tired. That's why it's important. If you're in a very, very like low calorie, surplus, you don't, or you know what I mean, deficit. It's important to eat, maybe a rice cake or something, before. But if you're just eating normal, you should be fine. But again, don't buy the flush free option. It does not work as well. And if it doesn't say flush free on it, just look at the ingredients, make sure it's only the niacin, and then whatever the capsule's made of. No other ingredients besides that. But yeah, really good supplement, and you'll get some of the craziest pumps and veins that you'll ever have. So yeah, I mean that goes over most of these. So I take B vitamin every single workout. Your body is not going to build up a tolerance to B vitamin. It's it's one of the most important vitamins, and it's really good for overall health. Niacin is one of those things you want to take like once, twice, or maybe 3 times a week, but you cannot take it consistently. Like it has to be like every other day, or every 2 days, or every 3 days, because your body will build up a tolerance to it fast, and you just won't work. It won't work, and if it does, it's barely any. And I found myself, taking 100 milligrams, and then when it wouldn't work, and I really wanted to work, I was taking 500 to even 1,000, and I don't recommend that because when it does want to work and you don't expect it, and you're taking a high dose, it can be extremely itchy and burn quite a bit. Now, your first time taking it, it's going to be itch, it's going to burn. Best thing to do, don't scratch. If it gets too much, drink plenty of water, eat something, it will go away. Just don't take a high dose. Take like 50 milligrams your first time. The lowest you're going to find is like 100 milligrams. So if you can half it, or if you want to take that, eat something, drink some food, you should be fine with it. All right, we'll go and get into gut stress and inflammation. So the reason why this is so important is because number one, with gut, your gut, it digests everything you put in your body. And if you're wanting to gain muscle and not lose muscle and burn fat, whatever you put in your body is going to fuel your body for the workouts, and it's also going to recover your body from those workouts. So gut is one of the most important things in your body because it handles everything that's going to happen to your body, whether your workout or your post-workout or pre-workout or when you sleep. Sleep is extremely important. And that's how we're going to get into stress. Ashwagandha is a great supplement. It will help you sleep, helps with stress, and helps with your testosterone. So I take it consistently. I'll take breaks from it though, usually about 1 to 2 months. I'll be off, and then I'll be on about 2 to 4 months. So yeah, and I don't take a crazy amount. Usually, if it's like a two pill serving, I'll just take one pill, and I'll take it before bed with some other vitamins. Right after a meal. And then let's get into inflammation, and that's going to be like the ones I've listed at the bottom: tart cherry juice, apple cider vinegar, stuff like that. But for your gut, what's going to help you the most is taking a vitamin called a probiotic, prebiotic, postbiotic, and it's going to say all three of those on the pill. You're going to find some that only say probiotic. You're going to find some that say probiotic and prebiotic, and you're going to find some that say all three. It's very, very important to get all three of those because it's going to help your gut all around. It's the best you can take for your stomach. It's different types of like microorganisms that are for your health, and the more you have that are beneficial for your body, the more obviously the more beneficial it's going to be for your body. So I definitely recommend to get all three, and if you can't find it, it's usually at CVS, Walgreens, pharmaceutical, could be at Walmart. But yeah, great thing for your gut. And then the ashwagandha we went over earlier is good for stress, hormone balance, testosterone. And then ginger and turmeric tea, really good for digestion, testosterone, and inflammation. Really, really recommend taking ginger and turmeric. You can take that every day, every other day, whenever you'd like. Now, with probiotic and prebiotic and postbiotics, I take those about, I would say, every other day. Ashwagandha is normally every day. And then the tart cherry juice, that is a great thing to add into your pre-workout. It gives you a way better pump. You get way more energy, and it's not going to be making your heart race from pre-workout. Now I like to add in a little bit of pre-workout. I normally only take like a half to a third of a serving pre-workout because I'm very sensitive to caffeine. But I almost always put some cherry juice in my pre-workout, and I really, really like the taste, and it makes me feel better in the gym, more energy. And apple cider vinegar, I don't take that super often. I might take that like once a week, just depending on how I feel and everything. It's really good for your metabolism and burning calories and stuff like that. So, but I normally take it about once a week just because it's extremely acidic And if your lining in your stomach is very sensitive, you gotta be very careful. And mine's been messing with me a little bit because I was taking apple cider vinegar and turmeric every single day, and it was just a little too much. So it's definitely recommended to do it like occasionally, once or twice a week. All right, so we got performance and circulation. Creatine 100, 5 grams a day, one of the most studied supplements that you can take. You want to take that every single day with your workout, and even on your rest days. Best thing to do is put it in your pre-workout, mix it up, drink it, good to go. I would not recommend the other types of creatine. They say it absorbs better, and this and that. You don't have to take as much. It's way more expensive. It's not as researched. Creatine 100 is one of the most researched supplements you can take for increasing strength, power, muscle recovery. Simple as that. Just take it. It's extremely cheap. Whenever you get it, don't get a flavored option. Make sure that you get a option that is just creatine only, because they have a lot of creatines out there that's it has all this other crap in it, sugar, dyes, and it's not good for your stomach, not good for your body. It might just be negative at that point. And then there's beetroot powder, iodized salt, pink salt. So just iodized salt is pretty much just regular salt, it's just iodized. And then pink Himalayan salt is pink salt. So I take all four of those with my pre-workout, including the B vitamin and the I think there was one other thing. Yeah, the cherry juice. Um, those are really good for the gym. Whenever I go work out, I put regular salt, pink salt, beetroot powder, creatine. The beetroot powder, I do half a serving to a full serving. Make sure it's organic because it is coming from a vegetable that could be sprayed in pesticides or processed. Just try to find organic. It's not expensive. It's a big nitric oxide booster, which means better blood flow, better pump. It's really good for you. You mix all these things together, you're going to have one of the best workouts you ever had. And if you consistently do it, you'll feel consistently healthier because it's not just making your workouts better, it's making you healthier all around because it's, good for your heart, good for your body, all kinds of stuff. There's plenty of benefits that are not even just listed right here that it doesn't, go over. It would take hours to go over everything that this stuff helps with. So this is food that I use like supplements, nuts and seeds. That's a great option. These are not usually that expensive. I'd say, pecans, they taste really good. They go with a lot of good foods. They got a lot of healthy fats and, help with hormone health, which all of these do. They're all full of healthy fats and um, hormone health, testosterone. So pecans, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, almonds. I'd say the best for hormones, so definitely pumpkin seeds, and the best, like the highest in protein and different types of nutrients would be almonds and pumpkin seeds. Those two are really good, but pecans taste really good. Walnuts are pretty good with omega threes. Um, but yeah, eat some nuts and seeds. It's really good for you, and they're super cheap. Yeah. All right, protein and dairy. So we got whole eggs. Eggs have more vitamins in them than any type of meat. Any type of meat. I think they say if you eat a whole egg, a bunch of those, and actual raw milk, you get almost every single vitamin except vitamin C, I think is what they say. Anyway, it's just eggs are extremely, extremely full of nutrition. But yeah, really, really important. I recommend doing whole eggs for breakfast or after a workout. If you're gonna do it before workout, it needs to be at least 2 hours prior because it is, any meats or dairy you need to be extra careful with not doing. You cannot do it like an hour within an hour before workout. It needs to be at least like an hour and a half, 2 hours. You need to really try 2 hours or more. Especially with me, a lot of times stuff start to come up or it tries, and it's just not fun when you have an intense workout. So yeah, 2 to 4 eggs a day, perfect. Make sure they're organic. If you could find a local farm that does like an actual chicken coop, that would be the best. Or if you get your own chickens, that would even be even better. That way you know what you're feeding them because they feed them a bunch of processed crap that you don't want. And this grass-fed beef, you can get that from Walmart. Again, if you can get it from like a local farm or something like that, where you know what they're feeding them, it's going to be a lot better for you, a lot less processed, and not going to give you cancer. And then there's low-fat cottage cheese, really good for you. It has a protein in it called saline, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is an extremely slow digesting protein for muscle repair, which means it's protein that you put in your body that is slowly feeding your muscles throughout the entire night. They said that it's extremely beneficial to have something like that, even if it's only 10 to 20 grams of protein from the low-fat cottage cheese, because it feeds your body throughout the entire night instead of feeding them for only like a few hours, and then your body's pretty much starving from protein, if that makes sense. And then grass-fed beef sticks on occasion, those are really good. Good snack to kind of bring wherever you want. Um, and then we got carbs and energy. So solo white bread. I mean, it's one of the best breads that you can buy from Walmart. 10 grams of protein per slice, 12 slices per loaf, and they're usually about $3 or $4. So you're getting 120 grams of protein for $3 or $4. This is one of the cheapest ways to get protein without eating straight chicken breast, pretty much, while also having zero fat, zero sugar, and carbs. It's literally just carbs and protein. I have this bread every single day for breakfast, or maybe like a brunch. I usually have about 2 or 3 slices, and I have some nuts with them, and then maybe a little bit of apple butter, like organic apple butter, or make a sandwich. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of things you can do with bread, and my favorite is just toasting it in a toaster and snacking on it. It's extremely really good macros. So it's just carbs and protein and extremely cheap. And then there's beans. Beans goes really good with red meat. So whenever make like chilies, you can make nachos. There are some beans in there. Best beans that I like is usually kidney beans, red beans, or black beans. Black beans are the most nutritious, I believe, but red kidney beans usually taste the best, in my opinion. So you can do both, or you can do either or. Rice cakes are the best pre-workout. That and banana and honey, those three. So a rice cake, banana, and honey. What I love to do is I'll eat a rice cake, um, and I'll put honey on it, a little bit of cinnamon, and some of that pink salt and iodized salt on it, and a banana as well. I will say I definitely noticed that bananas help more than rice cakes. It could just be a mind thing, but I feel like whenever I eat bananas, I can really tell the difference, especially with energy. But I would do both. I would only do like one rice cake, unless you're really hungry, then maybe two, and then honey, raw organic honey, bananas, be organic. Rice cake, don't get some dessert rice cake, get some plain rice cake that doesn't have all this extra crap in it. Um, but yeah, raw organic honey is the best option for sure. Um, the reason why it's important is because there's no additives. Whenever it's raw, that means that they don't like pretty much cook it, and whenever they cook it, they're trying to get like bacteria and stuff in it, out of it, and there's not going to be any bacteria in the raw honey because they filter it, but they don't cook it, and whenever they cook it, it takes all the nutrition out of it. And then of course, it being organic, they're not going to spray it with pesticides or feed their bees a bunch of not good stuff. But yeah, it's a little expensive, but it is definitely one of the best things that you can eat. Honey is amazing for testosterone, for digestion, for skin, for your immune system. Honey never expires. Honey literally heals your body. Um, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one of the best things that you can eat. And I know whenever, if it's possible, you should try to, have your own beehive thing, collection, whatever it's called. Because, I mean, like I said before, honey is one of the most beneficial things that you can have with your body. And then fruits and extras. Fruit is very important, really good for you. You can get vitamins from fruit in vitamins, but whenever you get them from the actual fruit, there's fiber in it. There's different types of I don't know. It really is hard to explain, but they have a ton of vitamins in them. They have a lot of fiber in them, which helps digest, and it's just really good for your body overall. Tastes good, it fills you up, so you don't eat a bunch of other crap. Some bodybuilders don't eat any fruit at all because they just take the vitamins, which is fine, honestly. But if you're really focused on overall health, then I would recommend eating some fruit, some berries, oranges, and I mean, when I say berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. I mean, as many types of berries as you can because they all have they have their own benefits. Um, and then, snacks, Lara bars. It's great to snack on if you don't have a huge thing of rice cakes. Um, yeah, I mean, if you can get them pretty cheap as well, they're really good. They fill you up. They taste almost like a dessert. And yeah, if you guys have any questions on what I take every single day or what I eat, please just comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have any ideas or videos that you want me to explore, definitely let me know. And if you would, just like and subscribe.